Hi students, so under module 6 in the office software which we are discussing regarding MS Office software, in that we already done with MS Word and we are been discussing MS Excel, and you already know how to open that particular application and what is workbook and what is worksheet, like all those things. Now we will continue with that particular topic. So once you open a particular document, spreadsheet, a workbook which contains by default 3 worksheets, where you can add n number of sheets, more than 1000 sheets you can add. So sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, like that. At the status bar below you can see that particular option. By default it will be always in sheet 1. So once you select that, you will be using to enter data. So already you know what is spreadsheet, which contains rows and columns. Rows will be denoted by numbers and columns will be denoted by letters, A, B, C, D, like that. That will be columns. 1, 2, 3, that will be rows. So how to create formulas in Excel? You will have some particular data which will be numerical data which is stored, and if you want to do any calculations and all, so you can create formulas. So formulas are the real power of an Excel spreadsheet. A formula uses standard mathematical symbols, so day to day whatever the symbols will be using, the same symbols, to operate on cell addresses or numbers. As I say, cell address or numbers, letters or numbers. A formula can be a combination of values. It can be a combination of values, only numbers, or numbers, or cell reference also. I'll explain how it will be. Cell reference can be used in formula. And mathematical operations into algebraic expression. So normally used this one, we are familiar. Addition symbol we will use, subtraction, multiplication, division you will use for percentage, and this one will be used for exponentiation, or normally referred as power, 2 square, 3 square, like that. So power, if you represent, you will use this symbol. And normally equal symbol, whenever you are to start a formula, always it should begin with equal symbol, then only the Excel sheet will recognize that as a formula. Without equal sign, if you write, it will only whatever you type, it will only save that one, it will not act as a formula. If you have to make your instruction as formula, then you have to start with equal symbol. By typing equal symbol, then you can construct suitable formula which you want to type. So it can be multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, so many other aspects which you can do using this. So how to create formula? As I said, for example, here this first cell is being selected, A1, and once you select this, so you have to type with equal symbol. So normally that will be displayed here, function. So whatever you do, for example, I will give other example. From C3 to C7, you have constructed a table, you have some particular data where you need the total of it. In here you need the total. So normally by selecting this much and selecting this auto sum option, it will get you. Or else if you have to write the formula, then the normal formula what you can write, it will be equal, and formula for adding will be sum, then opening bracket, cell will be B3, the starting cell is to up to what you have to add, up to 7, up to B7, close the bracket and press enter. Automatically this cell, in this particular cell you have typed this, so automatically it will add all this data and it will show the total. The same way it can be multiplication or any aspects where if you have so many columns and all, so that time if you have to do these activities and all, so it is very easy. And also you can copy the same formula to this particular one. Once you copy, so you'll be having data here from this cell to this cell. Once you copy, automatically it will change that particular one to, automatically this cell will contain this formula, D3 to D7. Actually this one previously what I explained was this is not column B, it is C3 to C7, and it will, once you change it, it becomes D3 to D7. So no need of typing. Once you type the formula, if you copy that, automatically it will see what exactly the cell you are selecting. Since row will remain same, only column is changing. It will only change the column number. This type normally we know as relative cell reference and absolute, that I'll discuss next. So what is this relative cell reference and absolute cell reference? There are two type of reference whenever you are copying formula you can take. When anyone copies a formula from one area of the worksheet to other, Excel records the position of the cell relative to the cell that originally contained the formula. So this is default mode of referencing in spreadsheets. What do I explain here? So this is example of relative cell reference. So row it remains same, only column gets changed. So related to that it will automatically change. So this example we can call it as relative cell reference. Then what about absolute cell reference? The coordinates of a cell are not changed. You have to think this, it will not change when a formula is copied from one cell to another. What is this absolute cell reference? Absolute means a constant, a particular cell. Whenever you copy also it will not change. Example, the same example what I showed you. For example, C3 to C7 I have some data. I have to copy this. I have to add this one. So here I will find the total. In this one I will write the formula equals sum C3 is to C7. I will write this. So whenever you have to copy, you will get some total here. If you have to use this total only, if you have to use this total in any other also, instead of writing like this, you will use the absolute cell reference, where you will write using a dollar symbol. You will write that. So then the formula you will write as sum reference of, you will make dollar symbol C, dollar symbol 3. So column will not change as well as row will not change. Is to dollar symbol C, dollar symbol 7. So once you press this one, if you copy this formula to here also the formula remains same. In previous relative cell reference what happens? So it was column F, so it will change to F3 to F7, F3 to F7. If you change to here only, from this particular column C11 to C15 or 16 it will take. So it will change either row or column number, row number or column letter it will change. But whenever you do this absolute cell reference, wherever you copy in this worksheet, this formula will never change. So that is the use of absolute cell reference. Sometimes you will be using, whenever you are calculating some discount and all, they will fix discount will be 5%. So once you type that particular 5% in one particular cell, you will take that cell only always as reference. So you don't want to change this value, so that time you can take absolute cell reference. Next, some of the other common functions what you can use by inserting function. So insert in formulas tab, you will have that insert function. By selecting that, you can have different types of functions. You can go through that. So either it can be logarithmic functions where you can insert the logs, then square root function. So if you have to take the square root of a particular number, square root of 5, it will be 25 like that. Square root of 25, square root, not square, square root of 25 will be 5. Then some function for adding average, taking the average of it, mean, median, mode, to find out that. To count, it will only just count the number of values, that's it. And to find out the maximum value among the selected, you will use this function. And to find out the minimum, so these are some of the functions which you can use. Apart from that, you have many more. We are just talking about the basic aspects. One thing you have to make sure that whenever you have to provide or you have to use this particular function, always you have to start with equal symbol, and then, for example, if you have to find out mode, type mode and start this one and select the cell reference numbers. B6 is to F6. So row remains same, column from column B to C, D, E, F. So till that values, what is the mode value? The same example, if you have to take if I have to add equals sum B6 system F6. So initially you have to type all the values in the cells, so you have to make a proper table, and then you can make use of any of these functions. So it will help you to find out these mathematical aspects very easily. The next important aspects which help you in Excel is representing the data which is in the table in pictorial format. Just by looking the data in the table, somewhat you can easily understand, but the same thing if you represent in pictorial format, then it will be very much easier to understand. So most spreadsheet packages come with presentation graphics feature, which enables you to create graphs and charts from numerical data stored in spreadsheet. Whatever the data is stored in the spreadsheet in the form of table, so you can represent that in the form of pictures, that is graphs or charts. You can create an embedded chart which appears on the worksheet beside the data. For example, you have created a table, just next to the table you can show this particular graph, or just below the table you can show, or else you can show this in other sheets also. You are working on sheet 1 and you can represent the graphs in sheet 2 also, or if you don't want, if you want all the table as well as graphs in one sheet only, that also you can do that one. So just by selecting insert ribbon, where you have to select chart option, then select the style of chart what you have to select, then click OK. It will automatically show the data in that. So before that you have to make proper selection of what exactly you need to show in the form of graphs or charts. Most commonly used types of charts are line graphs, bar charts and pie charts. So what are line graphs, bar charts and pie charts? So which you are very much familiar. A line chart will somewhat look like this. These are the examples of line chart, bar chart and pie chart. A line chart, you will connect the points and you will mark those and you will connect the point in the form of line. So that will be a line chart. Whereas the data which will be represented in bar chart, bars are columns. So the data you can represent in the form of vertical particular shapes, normally called as bars. Like this, it will represent the data. For example, if you have data for 4 years, so then 2015, 16, 17, 18 like that. So we can represent the data. In pie chart, you have to first have some calculation and you have to do if you have to do manually. But here, if you set the attributes, automatically it will show you from center. It will only based upon the percentage angles. It will select how much is the percentage. Based on the degree, you can select or 50%, 30%, 15 and 5%. It will only automatically calculate and it will help you to show. So normally in your whenever budget session happens and all newspapers, you might have seen how they are distributed funds. So normally they will, with the help of this pie chart, they will explain. So these are the commonly used. Apart from that, you have many other charts and all, and also 3D charts also you can use. It will show, but these are the commonly used charts. So first thing, you have to select the data which you want to represent in the form of charts, and then by selecting, and you have to place your cursor in the insert menu, then select chart options, then select which style you want. Then by selecting OK, you can represent the data which is in the form of table in the form of charts. So this is regarding Excel. So as per your syllabus, we have only explained the basic aspects. So if you have to explain Excel only, it has a particular content where it should be only Excel should be explained up to 6 months. So here we have just highlighted what is the Excel and how to make use of it and what are the common functions that particular Excel has. Apart from that, if you have any extra information or if you have to learn, you will get n number of tutorials in YouTube. You can make use of it if you have to if you have to really learn this aspect. So, but very important one, very useful particular software which is normally used in each and every organization. So one should have basic knowledge related to this particular application of Excel. In the next class we will be discussing PowerPoint, how to make a presentation using PowerPoint application.